The Los Angeles Lakers just made a move that barely made a ripple in the national headlines, but make no mistake, this signing could turn out to be one of the smartest under-the-radar decisions of the entire NBA offseason. A sneaky, strategic, and highly intentional move that speaks volumes about where this team is heading. Jake Laravia, the 6'7" sharpshooter from Memphis, has just inked a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Purple and Gold. And while the price tag is modest, the potential impact? Far from it. In this video, we're going to unpack everything behind this unexpected move. We'll break down what Jake Laravia brings to this roster, how Austin Reaves played a behind-the-scenes role in recruiting him, and why this move might mean much more than it seems, especially with Dorian Finney-Smith now officially out and the Lakers pivoting toward a major frontcourt splash. We're talking about DeAndre Ayton, Clint Capella, and others on Rob Pelinka's radar. What's really happening in the war room at El Segundo? You're about to find out. But before we dive deep, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update from the Lakers front office. This offseason is just getting started, and trust me, things are moving fast. Now let's get into it. In a league that's all about stars and headlines, sometimes it's the quietest moves that make the biggest impact. And while the basketball world had its attention fixed on the biggest names in free agency, Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office pulled off a subtle but potentially brilliant addition to their bench. Jake LaRavia, a name most casual fans might scroll past, is officially a Laker, and if you understand the context, the value, and the vision, it becomes clear, this was no throwaway deal. This was chess, not checkers. LaRavia joins the Lakers on a 2-year, $12 million contract, just $6 million per year. In today's market, that's a bargain for a young forward who just shot 44% from beyond the arc with the Memphis Grizzlies and is only scratching the surface of his NBA potential. And what makes this story even more compelling is how it came together. Sources close to the team have confirmed that Austin Reaves, one of the Lakers' most beloved rising stars, played a key role in LaRavia's recruitment. Both players share the same agent, and Reaves reportedly vouched for the franchise, the locker room culture, and the opportunity waiting in Los Angeles. The pitch clearly worked. LaRavia could have waited. Other teams, including Sacramento, were showing serious interest. But when talks reportedly broke down elsewhere, Pelinka moved in quickly, taking advantage of the window, sealing the deal, and walking away with a piece that fits his puzzle perfectly. Jake LaRavia might not be the kind of player who dominates highlight reels, but ask any coach what they look for in a modern NBA forward, and you'll hear words like versatility, IQ, and spacing. That's Jake LaRavia. He's the kind of player who doesn't need the ball to impact the game. He's 6 feet 7 inches with a strong frame, can play the 3 or the 4, puts the ball on the floor when needed, and stretches the defense with deadly spot-up shooting. He doesn't just hit open threes, he hits difficult ones. Off movement. With a hand in his face. Under pressure. That 44% clip from deep last season wasn't a fluke, it was a product of reps, rhythm, and confidence. And confidence is key, especially when you're expected to come in and contribute off the bench for a team with championship aspirations. The Lakers don't need LaRavia to be a star. They need him to be solid. To hit open shots. To defend his position. To keep the ball moving. In short, they need him to be what Nick Batum once was, a reliable, unselfish, smart forward who simply makes the right play. Analysts have already started calling him a Nick Batum light, not an insult, but rather a compliment to his game awareness and all-around value. Batum made a career out of being good at everything and great at nothing, and that's exactly the kind of guy every contender needs in their rotation. Of course, there are some risks. LaRavia's first 2 seasons in the NBA weren't exactly smooth sailing. Injuries hampered his consistency, and there were stretches where he struggled to find rhythm or role. But last year marked a turning point. He played 66 games, more than double his rookie year, and began showing flashes of what made him a first-round pick back in 2022. Entering his age 24 season, he's healthier, more experienced, and walking into a system that emphasizes shooting, spacing, and team defense. It's the perfect fit. And it couldn't come at a better time. Just days before the Laravia deal became public, news broke that the Lakers had officially parted ways with Dorian Finney-Smith, or at least, had stepped back from the table. Finney-Smith agreed to a 4-year, $53 million deal elsewhere. The Lakers could have matched the annual salary, but weren't willing to commit long-term. That decision stung for some fans, but it opened up cap flexibility, and more importantly, forced the front office to think differently about how to reshape the bench. Laravia is not a one-for-one replacement for Finney-Smith. He's younger, cheaper, and a different style of player, more offense, less defense, but with upside and shooting that the Lakers desperately lacked off the bench last season. It's a swing. A calculated one. And a reminder that Pelinka is operating with one eye on the present and one on the future. Now that the Laravia piece is in place, attention has shifted once again to the frontcourt. With Finney-Smith gone, the Lakers have a hole to fill, especially at the center position. And if you've been paying attention to the rumors, there's one name that keeps coming up over and over again: DeAndre Ayton. The former #1 overall pick has had a tumultuous run in Phoenix and Portland, but there's no denying his talent. And the reports are heating up. The Lakers are now zeroing in on Ayton as their top big man target. There's mutual interest. The price tag could fall in the $10 to $11 million range if a buyout scenario develops, and the Lakers have the flexibility to pounce. Add Ayton to a frontcourt that already includes Anthony Davis, and suddenly, the Lakers go from undersized to formidable. But Ayton isn't the only name being floated. Clint Capella, a veteran shot blocker and lob threat, has also been linked to LA in recent days. His skill set is more traditional, but still valuable, especially with the Lakers' bench units often lacking rebounding and rim protection. What's clear is this: the Laravia deal isn't the finish line. It's part of a larger blueprint, a strategy unfolding piece by piece. Rob Pelinka isn't just signing names. He's building a system. One that works within the complicated restrictions of the new collective bargaining agreement. One that maximizes value. One that leaves the door open for something bigger. There was a time when the Lakers might have ignored a player like Laravia. When every offseason was all about stars, drama, and headline-grabbing deals. But that era is evolving. Now, it's about fit. About flexibility. About trust in a culture that attracts talent not just because of legacy, but because of opportunity, development, and smart planning. Jake Laravia won't be on the cover of Slam next month. He might not even be in the starting 5 on opening night. But his arrival marks something important: a team building depth the right way. A locker room growing closer, with players like Austin Reeves actively recruiting. A front office thinking 2 moves ahead. And a fan base that's starting to believe not just in the names on the back of the jerseys, but in the plan behind them. So whether you've been following every detail this offseason or just catching up now, know this: the Lakers aren't standing still. They're evolving. Quietly, strategically, and with purpose. Jake Laravia is just the beginning. Stay tuned. And if you believe this team has more surprises in store, if you're ready for another deep playoff run, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments: what do you think about the Laravia signing? And who should the Lakers go after next? Ayton? Capella? Someone else? This is just the start of something bigger. Lakers Nation, the mission continues.